Hi guys, Paul here. Welcome back to the Anfield View. Yes, 2-2 last kick of the game. Szoboszlai, amazing penalty. Thank you, Victor Munoz, for earning that penalty for us. Can't say we deserved to come out of a draw in that game. Again, really fantastic performance by Visser, best performance he's put up for Newcastle since his move. Two clinical finishes by them. They had numerous opportunities one-on-one as well to really put that game away. Let's look at the first goal and then the first half. Thought we played okay, but then literally cheaply given away by Gravenberch. Didn't think he played well, to be honest, all game. Once again, the problems of Gravenberch trying to play like he's Szoboszlai. He's not what he's there to do, and playing two midfielders that basically want to all out attack and basically pay no responsibility to the defence. They hit us on the break. Clinical finish by them. Combination of I thought both the centre backs were just dropping back and back and back and inviting shots a lot in this game. I don't think they've necessarily played awful per se, but I don't think they. You need one of them to really do the responsibility of trying to win a tackle and not just always try and block a shot. It is okay to try and actually win the ball with a tackle every now and again. I mean, if there is a small criticism of Jack, as he plays a little bit like Virgil. Virgil's great at sort of ushering people left or right, but very rarely does he actually put a tackle in. That's very much what Kanate used to do, is very much what Matip used to do before him. And so I do think we invited quite a lot of shots today. And obviously, yeah, they were very clinical with their opportunities. I think regards in our general sort of play in that first half, as I say, standout for me was I didn't. I thought I thought Gravenberch was awful. I've been saying it for the last year. When we play with a three midfield or a two midfield, somebody has to be a defensive midfielder, and Gravenberch just doesn't want to play that at all. And if he's not playing it, McAllister can't do it, and Szoboszlai isn't there to do it either. And so we're stuck with three midfielders who basically want to do nothing more than attack, and where there's just no protection whatsoever for the two centre backs. Kirkers is attacking wing back, Freeman's attacking wing back, and we've got two attacking wing backs with no midfielders, and all three of them are attacking essentially. And so nobody is protecting our defence whatsoever. I feel sorry for in many ways. Yeah, sure, I wish they would step up and maybe read the game a bit better and tackle a bit more, and not just constantly sort of try and usher people and block the odd shot. They don't really, for me, step in. But I'm going to take it easy, obviously, on Xhaka. That's really for Virgil to play a bit better for me. Didn't think he played that great, frankly. I thought Rojo played pretty well when he came on in the second half. I thought really impressed with some good tackles and reading of the game on that front. The next gripe really in the first half is, apart from the fact that obviously Szoboszlai gave that sort of cheap possession away and really was nowhere to be found a lot of time defensively. I thought it was a bit slack with passing. I also frankly felt that our throughout the game, really, both the wing backs, Kirkes and Frimpong, got into some great positions and did a lot right. But equally, their distribution in terms of the last ball into the box was horrendous. I mean, there was one in the second half. Kirkes was an easy position to just square it for a tap in. An awful cross. Frimpong had numerous opportunities as well. So they got into great positions, but wow, their end product was dreadful today. But equally, I feel really harsh, really criticising them when up until the penalty, Szoboszlai was non-existent up into the goal. I mean, I've got Gakpo down as our man of the match. I would say he got to the byline a couple of times. He put some good shots. All in all, I think Gakpo's really stood out by a country mile. He's that really bit non-existent. Verts, bar one shot in the first half, was basically non-existent as well. Wow, I mean, put it this way. I mean, like, the notes I wrote down, if Savinho's going for 80 million, then Gakpo should be going for 100 on that front, guys. So it'd be great to hear your thoughts. Must do better also on that front. I didn't think we played well at all on that side of it. We're lucky to come our way with a 2-2 draw. Glaringly obvious we need a defensive midfielder. There is green shoots. It wasn't a good game for a lot. Verts, Rio, Szoboszlai, you name it. I think, to be honest, only Gakpo really can come out with any huge credit. I think Xhaka did okay-ish, but no worse than what Virgil played in that game. I thought Allison did okay. Maybe got some of the angles slightly wrong, but Yeah, a short match reaction for me. It's one of those where we know we haven't solved the problems in the transfer window. We haven't got a defensive midfielder, so the midfield is still as open as what it was before. And because we're now playing a two and not a three, but frankly, we were exactly the same with a three. When we had three in midfield, we had the exact same problems, and we got two in midfield. It's just the same as on that front. It's a personnel problem with our midfield. It's not a system thing. And I hear people say, "Oh yeah, but they get used to a system." It's not system. It really is not a system thing. We've been needing a defensive midfielder for almost the best part of 18 months. The end of the day, from sort of Christmas onwards, after Slot took over, we've been having the same problems. Gravenberch for a 3.5 month period sort of put a bit of a patch over a wound, but equally we just have never ever replaced the Fabinho problem in the midfield, and we badly need some energy in the midfield, and we badly need a defensive-minded midfielder. If we're going to play two or three, it doesn't matter which one you choose. We cannot have three attacking midfielders all the time. It doesn't matter, even throughout the history of time, we've always had, whether it's a Mascherano, Fabinho, or Hamann, or Steve McMahon, whoever it is, we've always had a defensive midfielder, no matter how talented players we have alongside them. We need that now badly. And to say we don't, you're basically just ignoring the obvious of what's happening in front of your eyes. We've come out of 2-2. Look, Newcastle flat out deserved to win that game. You can't say any other way around it. I don't think we were awful. I just think the areas that we know we've got problems in, once again, were highlighted for us. I think there was elements like Frimpong and Kirkus did sort of 70% well, but then unfortunately their end product was awful. I think Xhaka did okay for his first Premier League appearance. I thought Alisson played well. I thought Gakpo, frankly, as I said before, if Silvino's going for 80, Jesus, if Gakpo goes for less than that, it'll be ridiculous. I thought, almost words that never come out of my mouth, but Gakpo, man of the match performance, some great shots and creativity. Great to hear your thoughts, guys. Hopefully we improve. Hopefully we get some signings coming in as well. As I say, it's not really much more you can say. Nothing really happened with Rio today. Just one of those games for him, but he's young. He will improve. Verts, bar one shot in the first half, a great save. He was non-existent. Isak was non-existent. Szoboszlai by the penalty was non-existent. Frankly, I can only really pinpoint sort of Kirkes, Frimpong, and Gakpo really in that. And obviously, I thought Munoz did okay. He was busy, did a few wayward passes, but equally like won a penalty. So not too bad. Nice to see Kumas make a bit of an appearance as well for us. 2-2, we got away with one in that one. We got a point. Hopefully we improve. Obviously for the next week. We shall see where we go from here, isn't it, ultimately, guys? We know in this transfer window that there's only so much you can expect Iraola to do when we've got problems with the squad in terms of depth, but the makeup of the chemistry of the team, and there's only so much coaching can do. When we haven't got a defensive midfielder and a defensive midfielder with a really good engine would be even better. And my view generally is if we're not going to buy a defensive midfielder that I would like in the Mascherano or Fabinho world, then equally we need to think very hard about having a midfielder like a McConnell. I know it sounds nuts, or a trainee only in midfield, because trainee only would sit back a bit more and shield the back four, and McConnell maybe has more energy. And I know that puts us in a bit of a bind with like Gravenberch and McAllister, but equally, the bottom line is we've got to do what's best for the team, and we just can't play two of those three people all the time in that midfield. Otherwise, if we're going to play two attacking midfielders, then we're going to have to ask the wing backs to basically sit back and not attack. Because at the moment, we're just where it looks like we've got the wing backs going forward, the two midfielders are going forward. We're basically, when we get hit on the break, it's literally straight through the midfield, like a knife through butter, and you're attacking two defenders. Simple as that. Be great to hear your thoughts, guys. Speak to you more soon. You take care.